So I'm going to see if I got any roots onto my sweet potato slips here. I'm not growing as many this year as I usually do. The vines are pretty daggone long at this point in time. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot of putting them into the ground. So, ooh, that's a long vine. So what I like to do, I don't know if that's just one, it looks like one. I'm going to try to dig around the base a little bit. I'm going to try to wiggle it. Hopefully I got some roots here and not just a vine. Oh, it broke. Well, we got that. It's a long vine. The temperatures are at this point in time about 50. Sweet potatoes like it when it's warm. Of course, we're going to be warming up next week. I don't like it that it doesn't have much roots, but it shouldn't matter too much. I see some roots developing right there. So I got a pail of water here and I'm just going to stick it in there. Looks like that one's might be coming off the same sweet potato. Okay, that's what I want to see. Good root system. So we'll put that in the pail. Like that one growing a little sweet potato. That's super crazy. Never seen that before. That's really weird. So I think I'll put it in the ground like that and see what happens. Usually I get tons of sweet potato slips. I haven't, I got sweet potatoes put up, so I guess I wasn't consumed with having a lot of sweet potatoes this year. This one's got a good root system, lots of roots. Lots of roots. A lot of roots broke off. There's a little piece right there. It should grow a slip. We'll just throw it in there. It's not going to hurt anything. It's got lots of roots. Most of the time, when I pull them up, they'll have lots of leaves, and then I can just break it off, and I'll have each plant, each slip here, will have its own root system. And the potato I'll leave down in there and see if it grows anymore or decides to grow anymore. So that's it's definitely time to get them in the ground. The reason I say that because I'm seeing sprigs right there, one right there. We'll take whatever we get. Usually I grow about 4 containers and I get all that I need. This one has a long root system. Surprised that I don't see a lot of little ones like this coming off of the potato, but that is a huge long root. Put it in this water. a good root system. I like to see them like that. This one I believe I could break off right in the middle. Taking a look at them, just trying to look at that. It's got a sweet potato. Definitely time to get these things in the ground. Wow, look at that. Never even seen that before. Now this ground has been amended. It was amended a couple months ago, and I'm gonna go probably about 18 inches over. Oh, I see some lime in there right there. So usually I can put fertilizer in here, or blood meal, whatever I decide to put in there. 10, 10, 10, 13, 13, 13. Put some dirt over it, and then I'll put my plant in, and then water it. But today, since I even see the garden lime in there, I can always go back and add. We got rain coming in 2 days, so my focus today is just to get these into the ground. Now, if the plant dies back, it's okay. It'll sprout back up. It'll put more leaves out, and then grow more leaves. Beautiful plant though. It's the first week of April. I think it's the April the 10th actually. And so all I'm gonna do is dig that hole, put it in there. I try to make a little valley so my water will hold. The soil is damp, and then I'm just gonna water it in. Then we got rain coming in 2 days, but I'll try to keep this watered, keep the soil damp, so that these sweet potato slips will continue to grow. Got a good root system, I love that. So I always look at my root system, and then I judge that by my hole. Just gonna lay it down there. Cover it up. Pat it down. Make my little valley so my water won't go all over the place. Now usually by doing this, sometimes it gets transplant shock, but it usually just bounces right on back. They're always beautiful when I put them in the ground, but they always take off. So we're going to move over here. Move this down. And we just repeat the process. Just go 18 inches. I like to go about 18 inches. Dig me a hole. Pull me that thing has got a sweet potato on it. But because of this, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Lay that sweet potato slip and sweet potato that's growing there in there. So it's the end of the day. The sun is going down. The temperature will be about 60 some tomorrow. It'll probably feel like about 70. The soil is not cold, but I would say it's probably about 60 some, maybe 70. Got a lot of wind today. Now I'm going to go ahead and go on down here and continue planting these sweet potato slips. I like to do it by my hands most of the time. You ain't grow unless you get your hands in the dirt. Nice root system. That one I could probably break apart, but I'm not. I think I'm just going to leave it just like that. So that one right there, because it's got such a long root, I'm just going to put it into the ground, because I'm looking at the top right there that it might sprig up a sweet potato slip. Have nothing to lose. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to just place it into the hole and just cover it up. I think I'm going to leave this tip out a little bit and see what it does. This will be interesting. Just leave the tip out. The tip is right there. Can't really see it. But if it's going to grow, then it'll grow. I know you can't see me at the second. All I'm doing is the same thing. I'm just putting some water and putting it in the ground, put some dirt around it, and then we'll see what's going to happen with that. So since I don't know this one's going to do anything, I'm going to come right beside of it. I usually plant, most of the time I'll plant my sweet potato slips about 12 inches apart and never have a problem. So it's really up to you. The only reason I went further apart down there is because the vines were already bigger. I think that if I don't forget it, that when we get this rain, before this rain comes, then I got some 0-20-20, and I'll take and come out here and put some 0-20-20 to these sweet potatoes, or sweet potato slips. Beautiful plant. I love it when they're that size. Well, the weather was not conducive to plant them. So what I'm going to do is go get some more. So I have to say, the Covington, these are Covington sweet potatoes, which was locally grown. I just purchased them locally. I had to drive about an hour, but I got them. And so I usually save some of my sweet potatoes, and then I make sweet potato slips. But since the rains got to mine and didn't store very well, then I wasn't able to do that. But I do like how the size of the Covington potatoes are. So I'm taking a look at this. I haven't looked at, all I did was pull them up, gently pull them up. I do like the root system, I have to say that much. So I'm trying to gently see if I can get this apart. This thing's got sweet potatoes on it. I've never seen that before, because I've always just grown Georgia Jets. But it's got sweet potato on it. That one's got a sweet potato. So I was looking at them, and I knew that, you know, it's getting near that time, and I wanted to get them in the ground. And I said, you know, I kept looking at these plants, and I was like, I'm gonna get these things in the ground. Usually if you buy them around here, then it would be like May, first week of May or middle of May, before you could even get your sweet potato slips, before they ship them. So we're doing the same thing. I'm planting in a different area, a little bit higher ground. It's lower down on that end, but it's higher on this end. And I plan on planting 2 rows, but I won't be planting 2 rows this year. We'll see how these potatoes do. We'll see how they do. Maybe this will be my new variety. Definitely like what I'm seeing at this point in time. I definitely like what I'm seeing. Disturbing these roots and then putting them in the ground and then just sitting out here. Late afternoon, it won't be long, the sun will be down. It'll give a chance for these plants to adapt. I made a video how to make sweet potato slips. It's in my playlist. I believe it's in the listing of chicken and gardening. I made a video last year. I made a video this year how I make my sweet potato slips. And I promise you, you will not get any sweet potato slips looking like this if you order them. Root system won't be looking like that, but they'll live. Just got to keep them watered, keep the soil moist. Until they take off. Easy to grow. Not a whole lot of maintenance. Just back in there. Now, this is what I like to see. I like to see when I pull my slips that I get lots of little plants. There's about 4 here, I believe. The roots have gotten so big that they're kind of wrapped around. Trying to not damage it too much. This is why I like to plant them in the late afternoon, if possible. This one I can break apart. So I got 4 plants right there. So I'm gonna put 3 back in there. Keep 1 out. So we have them all planted and we've got 20 sweet potato slips. These slips are pretty big. They look beautiful. At the beginning of the slips that I just showed you, I did notice that some of them, because they're a lot bigger, has already suffered a little bit of transplant shock, but it's okay. They'll bounce back. They got the rooting system and they're good. But that's going to be it for this video. Sweet potatoes slips are planted to make sweet potatoes. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and thank you all my subscribers. I appreciate you so much. And if you want to know how to grow sweet potato slips, I don't buy sweet potato slips. I think the last time I bought some, they were 50 bucks. I remember that. And it might have been 25 plants. It wasn't bad because you consider your harvest. And maybe it was 29. It was, you know, at least I'm not spending any money. Just save a few sweet potatoes and make my own slips is well worth it than my harvest. Is like, yeah, buddy. But anyways, if you want to know how to grow sweet potato slips, check out my playlist. I believe it's into chickens and gardening. There's a sweet potato, how to make sweet potato slips, or I think it's called how to make sweet potato slips for sweet potatoes or something like that. Just check it out, and it's very simple, and start to try to grow your own sweet potatoes. You can get some sweet potatoes from the grocery store that have been sprayed with something that keeps them from sprouting, but eventually they will sprout, and you can start, just start from there. Some people take a sweet potato and put it into a jar of water. I like doing it like this. I like watching the plants grow. It's kind of like Easter egg hunting. I like when I plant my plants, I've got some good growth there, and I just prefer to do it this way. I prefer to do it the way God intended it to be done. But anyways, that's just my opinion. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll take and put a sweet potato into a jar of water and see how many slips I get. But I guarantee you one thing, they won't be as big as this one. See you on to the next video.